Cobra and Karate Kid fans, welcome back to the channel. So last night I was at the Karate Kid Legends New York City premiere. It was phenomenal, had so much fun there. Thank you for Sony for having me for the event. It was such a crazy 24 hours. Not originally go for this, but to actually be there within that time. And I'm also here for the New Jersey Comic Con later this week, which is going to be so fun to see all the Cobra Kai fans here and also to enjoy this upcoming event. I want to tell you my initial reaction to Karate Kid Legends. I think I will go more into detail in a full breakdown, but from the get-go, I think this film was quite a lot of fun. There was some great entertainment, some great action, some great humor, charismatic cast, some really cool action pieces were done by Ben Wang, who plays the new Karate Kid. Moments with him, Ralph and Jackie. Ralph and Jackie were absolutely amazing in this. There was no doubt with them. Seeing them have a film together as well was just my childhood connecting. You know, the way they connected all the films now with the 2010 film now being canon and Han meeting Daniel. My childhood experiences were like meeting each other as well. This film did have its issues. There's so many missed opportunities. I think there's issues with pacing. It's going very quick. You know, with the OG films, you want to digest certain moments, and I feel like there's moments you can digest, but it's not as digestible as you could hope to see. That this is the shortest Karate Kid film ever does hurt the movie. There's so many great things they did that would have been supported better had they gone about it a different way with a different execution. Film felt a bit rushed at times. It's still such a fun watch. They do so many cool things and good things in the film, but there's also things that I just wish they'd done better or addressed better. They connect this to the Miyagi-verse within how they explain things with Mr. Miyagi's connection to Mr. Han, sort of making sure that those details were consistent, so they don't mess anything up with Cobra Kai. Some really great cinematic visuals in this film. I think Jonathan Entwistle and his director of photography or cinematographer Justin Brown, they do such a phenomenal job together in the visual side with all of his projects. And this was the first project I really got engrossed in, of course, as it's a Karate Kid film. He delivered on that front, and the location with New York, I think that was awesome to see that. So we'd never seen that in the Miyagi-verse, and seeing the fights as well, a rooftop fight in this film was absolutely insane. It was like a fight at Tekken, that environment, and this Five Boroughs tournament was really fun. I do think they could have done a little bit more with the fighting in the tournament. I think all fans will be satisfied of each iteration of the films, but I also think we'll still feel like they needed more. Hopefully that this film will only get better if a sequel does happen. They change things where they initially have the creators involved fully from the beginning, delivers in some good ways, but I also think there's certain things that didn't work or lack of focus at times. I think the criticisms will be pretty simple, that we didn't get more with Daniel in the film. I wish we'd had him a little bit earlier on, sort of like how Spider-Man No Way Home included Andrew and Toby, and how they were supporting characters. They weren't just cameos, and they literally were in half of the film, and that was a long film. It's things that they could have definitely taken away from Cobra Kai to make this film better. There's definitely some cool little references and subtle Easter eggs to the show and Karate Kid universe, and especially notice some with Daniel and really shaping who he is in present time 3 years after the events of Cobra Kai's finale, and how those story arcs in that show have affected him and grown him to the point of where he is in this film. Watching it twice now, it's fun watch. It might feel better watching this without even thinking it's a Karate Kid film, because I think as a standalone it does better. You think of the collective Miyagi verse, all of that with Cobra Kai, you might feel like this film definitely could have delivered more. It's not a bad film. It's not the best film in all the films they've done with the Karate Kid. Midway in my list right now, I would put it probably at third or fourth in like my definitive list of the Karate Kid film. Hope to see that it does age well over time, but we'll definitely see how that goes. And if a sequel does happen, I guess we will find out. This is my initial reaction. I'm not trying to review too much because I want to break that down in a video and do some streams, and there's going to be loads of content coming. I'm also doing interviews with a lot of the cast from the film, and my interview with Ben Wang, who plays the new Karate Kid, junketed in London, is going to be very fun as well for you to see. I posted some clips on my Instagram, so go check that out if you haven't, and here on YouTube. But until then, stay tuned for more here on the channel. Subscribe if you're new, hit the like button, comment your thoughts on how you react to this film, and I'll see you in the next video.